Today we're jumping into Guildrun, a brand new PvE Autobattler roguelike, where our job is simple. We can take a small group of heroes and turn them into a full-blown squad of awesomeness. And a massive thanks to the team behind Guildrun for giving me early access to their demo. Alright, let's jump in and create the most badass guild of all time. Maybe. So before we begin our journey, we have to choose our difficulty. Each rank increases in difficulty, going from base all the way up to SSS to Red Ribbons, which looks like it's going to be pretty darn difficult, but for today's video we're starting off with C and maybe we'll move on to the next one. However, let's get going. So starting off, we get to choose a hero, but we also get to choose a power-up. So we can go with Nicholas, Yuna, or Arya. But if we go with Yuna, we have to take 15 shards, versus say if we go with Nicholas, which increases our max team size, but we can have one fewer item. But I kind of like Yuna's ability here, where she leaps into the air and throws 2 shurikens at the lowest health enemy. So she's going to be a crit assassin, and I kind of want to lean into that. Versus Nicholas, who's a super interesting character who is all about getting items and consuming them and getting stronger and powering them up, which does also sound like a lot of fun. The characters are kind of amazing, but let's go with Yuna.
Not let our guild down.
And she's going to be a frontline unit. These are her stats, which is base attack damage, physical attack, ability power, attack speed, crit chance, defense as well, which reduces damage taken, and attack range. So she is a melee character. And this is going to be round 1. We're facing a big old turtle with no ability. And we kind of murdered that turtle. You gotta hate him when he's done. And this is our shop. We can choose characters to synergize with. So we can take Zuri, who's a crit as well, and an assassin as well. But she gets on crit permanently gain defenses and magic, which triggers 4 times per combat. So she can permanently scale up 4 times per combat. But there's also items as well as relics. So heroes gain 10 defense. On combat victory, permanently increases this defense by 10. I'm going to take Zuri. I'm going to take Zuri and I'm going to take this as well. Now, I wish we had one more gold because I would take this because it gives our characters a crazy absurd amount of attack speed and movement speed. Now, rush is an effect that happens at the start of battle. So to explain that, we'll go into the next fight. But essentially it's what happens at the very start. So if it says rush 8, for the first 8 seconds, that's what happened. Now, to start of combat, we could take this where heroes permanently gain 12 damage. Unit does scale off ability power and physical damage. As you can see, the little hammer and a little ability, kind of purple fireball thing. You can also take this, which heroes can equip additional item until the act boss, or gain 7 shards. So permanent power, temporary power, or monies. Let's go with the permanent power. Just power up Yuna just a little bit more. We want Zuri in the front. She's going to be a tank. He's going to be a lot more defensive. We can actually potentially scale up 4 times, hopefully. And I'm going to put Yuna over here to try and take out this ranged unit in the back, which he does run towards it, and that's going to be kind of nice for it, right? Does her thing. That was kind of amazing. And has Zuri actually create a lot? Honestly, yeah, she has gained a little bit. But it actually triggers 5 times instead of 4 times that time. Shop again, so we can choose your heroes if you want to, but I should mention that there is 4 level ups that we can get. So right now Kai's rank C, we can get him to rank B, rank A, rank S. So we want to be looking for heroes that synergize as well as our own heroes right now. So we kind of want to take cheap items for now. Anything that can scale crits. We might want on Zuri to try and get her scaling as much as possible. When a combo with 3 word heroes of the same class in play, we could take, but we don't have it, and we get our first level up, right? Let's take it. We get a choice between a couple of upgrades. One which is going to give her different active ability. We can go with passive abilities if we want to either. So first of all, she will petrify all enemies, dealing 150 ability damage, inflicting 1 poison per stone skin trigger, and stun for 4 seconds. When out attacked, inflict 2 poison on the attacker and gain 1 HP per second. That's also a lot of fun. For rush 10, which is 10 seconds at the start of combat, out attacks deal crit damage and bonus damage and heal as well. And then after stall, which is basically the opposite of rush, so after 20 seconds, then the ability effects where auto attacks deal bonus damage and heal as well. So there's that little gap between the 10 and 20 seconds where she can be murder faced. So the question is, do we want to make her uber tanky, inflict poison everywhere? Do we want to stun enemies and deal a bunch of effect damage? Or do we want to make her uber tanky as well? I think we go with the cruel, right? Petrifying all enemies and stunning them. So Yuna can do her thing as well. And that's a massive amount of crit. I will be taking and placing on you. And we will take some Omnivamp. Now Omnivamp is lifesteal, and she's 90% crit. So she should be able to scale up quite a bit. Now we do have a choice to make. As you can see up here, we're going to have a random event, then combat, then challenge combat, all the way till we take on the final boss. Actually, it's going to be the act boss, and then it's going to move on to the next act. And then eventually we'll end up facing the final boss, which isn't in the demo at the moment, not the version I'm playing anyway, but will eventually come as well. We can either retrain a hero, strengthen heroes over time, or gain relics or items in the future. Well, let's go this direction. And I'm looking for something that can be kind of nice, right? On cast, gain attack and magic. The holder gains 1 magic and defense per stall trigger. After assassin combat, heroes gain stealth for 3 seconds the first time to go below 66% HP. Well, I'm taking that. We gotta wait 2 combats for it. Now, I'm gonna slightly move this over, positioning, so maybe you can target the backline unit, but we're gonna have Zuri take all the damage, as much as possible. While scaling up her crits, or scaling up her defense, it does have 7 triggers. Yeah, she can permanently scale up the defense. Right now, she's got 111 defense, and you can see the damage numbers right here. Yuna's actually dealing more damage with having no item, which is kind of mad. Now, I should mention that we can have up to 3 units per team. We can increase it later on as well. But as of right now, I'm kind of just leaning towards this. Now, Ratna could be a nice addition as well, where she permanently scales up magic as well. And when she crits, she stuns enemies. So I kind of like that we're kind of stunning enemies quite a bit. So we'll take Ratna, we'll grab a bit of crits. I'm going to reroll once here, and for Rush, duelist gain 150% attack speed. Which, yeah, we don't have a single duelist. I'm going to save our 10 goals. I'm going to move on. Regular encounter versus challenge encounter, so we need to beat enemies fast. I'm still going to try it. We could end up losing our life here, which is a rewind, which could be problematic. But we get a lot of monies whenever this happens. You see this enemy over here, right? This enemy is going to pull the furthest unit away. So I want these units to target her as well. So if we move these guys in here and then move you slightly over here, that's going to be the furthest away. I mean, maybe we'll chance it. It probably will take in Ratna. Yeah, definitely took in Ratna, which is not ideal. That is not great for us. But with our units, can we take them out? Actually, looks like we're going to lose Ratna. We could be in trouble here. Can Zuri pick up the pace for us? Unit does take out the backline unit. That's kind of amazing. We do take out another one, and now it's a 2v1. And with the 2 of our units combined, we're still going to lose. Well, it is what it is. We get our 40 goals. Let's see if we can actually increase. So start a combat, inflict 5 poison, 10 frost, and 15 burn. Poison is chip damage, frost is slowness, and burn is more chip damage, except kind of faster chip damage. So I'm still going to take it. I'm going to reroll. We could take this, which is attack speed and Omnivamp. Omnivamp is kind of nice. I will actually take it, so unit can stay alive that little bit longer. I'm going to reroll again, and that's a unit upgrade and a half. So we take her. Then we can choose the ability. So when unit goes below 75% max HP, she gains stealth for 5 seconds. Triggers once per combat. Whenever unit gains stealth, she gains mana and permanently scales up her crit. Versus, say, getting monies. So on a kill, she gains 5 shards and permanently increase that. So you can keep getting monies, but only trigger once per combat. And then we also got Shadow Shuriken, which gains 100% crit chance against poisoned enemies. And whenever an assassin crits, they inflict 8 poison. Now, I should mention, backup is, it works in reserve. So if we move unit, say, into here, basically that ability will still work. So if we took Zuri's other ability, where she would have been getting hit and inflicting poison, we really could have benefited with this as well, right? We can still take it. But I like the idea of scaling up crits permanently. Since we already got the relic, that makes our assassins go invincible, right? Or we're getting that. I thought we already had it. Holy moly, I was going crazy for a second. Now, we should be strong enough to continue on, right? Maybe. I mean, we could have Zuri being pulled in and then have Yuna go invincible. And then just have a Ratna do her thing in the corner. Sounds good to me. So she'll go invincible, she won't be targeted, she'll gain mana, and then she'll do another attack. Now, did she actually go invincible because the lifesteal kind of kept her alive? Actually, she did get it, so we actually got to 10 crits. And yeah, it's looking much better for us, right? With Omnivamp, she's still full HP, and it shouldn't be close at all. Now, the bad thing is we want units to be taking the starting damage as much as possible, but we do get a relic for doing this. So we can get shops, reroll cost 2 less for rush, we gain a debuff, so if we leaned heavily into poison, we can inflict a crazy absurd amount of poison, which will be a lot of fun, but that's not our team today. Now, we do got ourselves Scorn, right? An A tier tank, who is, when not attacked, after 10 seconds, deals ability damage to fix poison. Kinda regret not going for a poison team, right? He also taunts enemies per stall triggered for 5 seconds, deal damage to the enemy's target is Scorn equal to 50% of the shield. So there is units that apply lots of shields, like Fiona and Mystic. They tend to shield the unit, so you can stack up a lot of shields and have Scorn explode everything. but tanks gain 1 attack and magic per defense they have. I mean, just having this guy in the background could be insane, right? Because if Zori keeps scaling up her crits or keeps scaling up her defense, she could get an absurd amount of magic, which does scale up her ability, right? But do we want to spend 35 gold on it? We don't even have enough to get this, so I don't think I even really want them. Each hero's first attack against each of these gets 250 crits. I do like that quite a bit. Then we get a free reroll, Mystics gain mana regen, more crits and attack speed I'll take, because we just want to scale up our crits to basically 100%. And then we might as well roll again, and that is Ratna, which we will be taking for sure. So with Ratna, we can get an item slot and start combat, gain 45 magic, 4 mana regen, and 8 HP per second per rarity level. That's actually really interesting ability. So the higher the item rarity, the more value we're going to get. Now she does have 30 to 80 mana, so if you have 4 items, we get 16 mana regen. But she can get a lot of freaking magic based on that, right? But she can also be used as a support, where on cast she gives other heroes 5 magic and 1 mana regen. She also becomes a mystic, and if she's placed in the backup when you start to combat mages and mystics, gain 5 magic and 1 mana regen. Or we could just build her into an assassin who targets the lowest health enemy the first 3 times it's cast in each combat. And on kill, she gains stealth for 4 seconds and also permanently scaled for crit, along with her already permanent scaling whenever she does take out an enemy. So you can guarantee that she goes for the weakest enemy, scaling up constantly. Should we go for the crits? I mean, I do like the fashionable, but we're kind of going for an assassin team, right? So let's take it. We could become an assassin. Getting all that stealth as well. We should have got a relic as well that gives us invincibility as well, which will scale up unit, because whenever she gets stealth, she gains that crit. So now we essentially want to scale up. We don't have any monies, might as well move on. So basically we want to scale up Ratna now as well. Now we do have a choice to make. Demolition, quickly defeat a durable enemy to earn shards, no penalties for deaths or defeats, and the same for single combat. Well, let's go for the demolition, right? Now we do have a choice also to make here as well. So do we think we can beat it in 10 seconds or 20 seconds to gain 10 shards? Do we give it double health for 20 seconds for 20 shards as well? Well, let's go ahead and try for 20 shards. I don't think we can be as greedy going for the other one. We want the units in as close as possible. We want Ratna to be doing the damage as well, and let's go. I mean, 5 seconds in with 100% HP, 10 seconds. We could have actually done the strongest one, right? Seeing how fast we actually murder face that turtle. But it does give us a lot of money. Now again, we have the bit of a problem where we're going to have units that jump to the back line. These guys are like assassins in TFT. We've got the unit that's going to pull in as well. That could be kind of dicey for us. And then Ratna could be in trouble unless we put Ratna right in this slot. Then have Yuna been dragged in, or do we let Yuna be the target while having... We probably would need Yuna to be dragged in, right? Let's go with this. But she gets invincibility, and it should be good, right? Ratna's going to be targeting pretty much units that are super weak as well. We got some scaling, permanent scaling units as well. So we'll see, did she manage to get 2 kills, healing 18 crit? And I think this only cast once, which is not as good as I would have liked. So we can actually give Ratna a bunch of starting mana. I do like the appeal of that, because then she just goes for the early units straight away. Now with this, she gains 4 mana regen and HP, gains 1 attack, magic, and attack speed, and defense per 12 charge generated, which is basically almost 3 activations. I'm not sure if that's that great for us. We don't generate too much charge, so maybe not. We also got these units as well. Pimenta is a lot of fun as well. She's going to be tank, but if you level her up, she can actually permanently scale up the units behind her. So there is a lot of synergies that I do like between each of the characters, and it makes the game a lot of fun. Now on combat victory, after 4 combats, this is going to pay for itself, so might as well take it. Reroll again. Warriors gain attack damage, attack speed, and omnivamp. If this is held by Mystic, it gains a mana regen, but it is 25 starting mana and 4 mana regen. I'm not going to take it. I still want to reroll. I'm kind of looking for a Ratna upgrade or one of these two. Now after stall, after 20 seconds, gain 25% max life. I actually really like this, and I kind of do want to place it on you for now as well. But I also need your crit too. We still want you a 15% crit, because each crit you're going to do is going to give us defense. And I'm going to reroll once, maybe twice more. As you can see, that's what I was talking about Pimenta. She scales up the attack speed of units behind. Now, there is also this, the Toxic Dart, which on crit also inflicts poison. So there definitely is a crit poison type build. A light I'm going to reroll again, and that's Kai being level A. Or rarity A, which is going to gain more shields and gains... Warriors all gain shields as well. But I'm going to save the 18 golds. We didn't get too much of an upgrade. It's a little bit unfortunate. We're going to hit this campfire. And what we can do in the campfires is we can recharge our emergency rewind or upgrade a rank C tier lower hero if we want to. Or we can retrain our heroes. But let's recharge our life. So if we do end up getting murder faced, we do have a chance to come back and become stronger. Now essentially I want Yuna to be taking the damage, Ratna in the background, and Zuri to come in and deal her damage as well. Basically we want Yuna to be scaling up with stealth, do her damage. Zuri should be able to go invincible as well once she drops about 6%, then back to Yuna, and then Yuna's going to become invincible again. And Yuri is massive thanks to this one item. Now if we stack up multiple of these, we can actually make her go huge. And not bad. We managed to beat the Akbon boss. With 81 golds, and now it becomes the auction house, where we get better items. Where we can spend 45 golds and get us increased in team size. Or we can take quest, which win a combat with heroes of 3 or more different ranks in combat. And then we can increase our team that way. We can also get some glyphs or badges kind of, where we can transform our units into warriors or other types. We can also take this as well, the tanks emblem. Each second there's a tank in combat gain 1 defense. That's kind of nice. Vanguards, but I kind of want to reroll here. I want to reroll because we have a higher chance of getting better units, which we didn't really get. Inflict 5,000 debuffs. We don't really inflict too much poison. I mean, we definitely could have went for a poison team. And when it started combat, set the holders attack to whichever is higher, which is kind of nice. Permanent scaling with this as well. Or we take this, so unheld, if it's held by assassin, it gains 4% crit per battle. I'm going to take that. I'm also going to take the increased max size of our team, and I'm going to reroll once more. We could take Gustav, who will give us mana regen at the cost of monies per round. But it also generates a big shield. And given our team mana regen like Ratna, so she can keep casting, seems like it will be insane, right? And it'll also help with this quest, but we can't afford both. We can also, heroes can equip additional item instead. I mean, items are going to be super valuable, right? I think I'm actually going to take that instead of getting an extra Yuna or going for Gustav. Even though I would have liked going for Gustav, because giving her mana regen like crazy would be insane for us. So again, I want Yuna to take the damage, then I want Zuri to take the damage so we can get that stealth and scale up permanently as well. And then have Ratna finish off units, it's exactly what he wants. Zuri should become invincible, then back to Yuna, and Yuna's going to become invincible once again. And we'll see if Ratna's going to be able to scale up at all, because right now, looks like she hasn't got a single kill sin. Come on, you can get one more. She didn't get a single one. Come on, Ratna. You let me down. Speaking of an upgrade, maybe she won't let us down anymore. So now is the thing. We can, on cast, she gains a crazy amount of crit. We can get monies. We can also inflict burn, which there is burn synergy between other mages. On crit, she heals and gains mana as well. So she can cast more often but keep gaining mana. But I do like the getting crits for having big damage for her. Now we also got Hu Young, who is another assassin who will fire an arrow at the first enemy, dealing big damage and also gain additional crits. Rush abilities last 3 seconds longer, and whenever he does get a murder, we gain a shard. I don't think I really want to take him. However, I'm going to take this for Zuri. I want Zuri to be the biggest tank of all time. We get a free reroll, so I'm going to actually just check. And we could take Grace. Grace is a really awesome character because having her in backup, she just gives a crazy amount of shields and heals all her units. It's just a fantastic character to have. Now I do like this item quite a bit. Gain magic and mana regen, but we have to cast 15 times. Yeah, I'm going to prioritize getting that for Ratna. So let's move on. Essentially 3 paths. 3-way fork in the road to the left, White Meadow to the middle, Chasm, split with jagged pillars, and to the right, Dark Forest, a bone, White Tree. We could take this Force Crystal at the start of combat, give the holder and adjacent heroes 100% attack speed and 50% crit, pretty much guaranteeing that we're going to win some battle. Or gain 10 more shards per combat victory for the next 2 combats, but your heroes lose 10% basic speeds. Or choose from 3 epic relics. Get a relic after your next combat victory. Heroes lose 15 basic stats for combat. I mean, I'm going to chance going for this. This could be terribly bad for us. So win a combat with a C, B, an A rank team, and get a random S rank hero and a random epic item. That's insane. Every 3 stall triggers stun enemies, every 3 rush triggers stun as well. Or on kill, or rush 20, gain 12 shards. Well, this is the only one that kind of appeals to me for our build. So if we defeat enemies within 20 seconds, we get a lot of monies. Potentially. I might split the units kind of like so, but having that 15% decreased stats could come back to bite us in the butt. Although with Ratna and Yuna, She does get stealth whenever she does take out a unit. And look at Zuri. Holy moly, this unit is massive. How much HP does she have? Still only 1,000. And it's not looking good for us, right? I mean, she does have 200 defense. I can't see her HP because it is written here. She has very, very little. And we're going to be murder-faced. Although Ratna's keeping in it, but it's just not enough. So we end up using another rewind, but we get 45 gold in doing so. I did want to prioritize grabbing this, but we might need to take Grace here. You know, let's chance our arm. Let's take this. Let's take it, and we could reroll for free. And we got super lucky. We're going to take this guy. So he's going to get Assassin's class. He's going to steal health. He's just going to be another unit to take a bunch of damage. For Rush, he's going to get a bunch of health. When he drops below 80% HP, he can trigger Rush abilities again. So this guy is going to be the center of Rush ability. Well, let's move on. So essentially, we still want it this way, right? We want our units to run in. We want them to murder face everything. Can Ratna go crazy first? Because she does have 8 mana regen. She should have 5 out of mana as well, 113. And this time is looking much, much better with extra units in as well. Hell yeah, it is. Not bad. We got 33 goals. We don't have her rewind though. He's gained over 100 crit. And she's gained 52 crit. While also gaining 30 magic damage. Now, I don't really want any of these heroes, so I'm going to reroll again. On Rush Trigger, give heroes crit and attack speed. We got Tilly, who's going to be Warrior Duelist. She is going to be insane because she actually gains money and attack speed. We can scale up a bunch of attack speed and just get monies for it, which is kind of nice. We'll start a combat. The holder gains the shields I don't really want. We could take Nicholas, which I don't really want either. Held by Mystic. Not really that great for us, so I'm going to keep rolling. That's a Zuri upgrade and a half, which we're going to take instantly. So when she's auto attack, she inflicts frost, which slows down units. She gains defense against enemies with poison to start a combat. If the heroes in the front row, they gain a crazy absurd amount of defense. Or for 10 seconds, assassins gain crits per shard in the bag, which is kind of nice. But let's make Zuri the ultimate tank, right? Have her in the front line. We can make her warrior. We could grab this as well whenever heroes shields from any source, but itself damages the nearest enemy. I'm still going to reroll. Mages inflict more debuffs. Start combat if heroes alone in the backgrounds. Gain 25% magic and 50% crit. But I don't think we take any of that. Now, should we try the challenge encounter? I don't think we would be able to take the challenge encounter right now. Our team is just not strong enough, or maybe it is. I'm going to chance it. If we lose, we lose. If we win, that's awesome. Essentially, we want Rip to be grabbed in because we don't care too much about this guy's much. Have unit take a bunch of damage. We should get invincibility, stealth. Ratna's going to be targeted as well, who is going to target this unit in the background, taking them out. And Zuri is once again massive with insane defense, which can trigger up to 14 times per combat. And it was no problems at all. So now we're going to have to pick a relic as well. So heroes gain 30% defense per rank of each tank in reserves, and 200 HP for each vanguard in reserve. So if we stack up reserves, we can get a bunch of stats. Apply shields, heroes gain defense and crit while shielded, or after 25 seconds, 50 seconds, 75 seconds, and heroes get a bunch of stats. I think I'm going to take that just in case the fight goes on super long. So we got a decent bit of monies, right? We got Tilly, who's all about dealing damage based on shards. We also got Sal, who is about inflicting debuffs for duelists and mages, which we don't do. If we inflicted poison, that would be nice, but I'm going to reroll. And that is an S tier. Rowan. Whenever Vanguard auto attacks, or his auto attack gain shield. Now, are you just a tank or are you Vanguard? You're just in a tank. Vanguard, this guy's all about Vanguard. Am I really going to pass up on an S tier? I think so, which feels kind of crazy, but I kind of gotta go for it. Heroes gain attack, we could also take, but I'm not going to. That's a unit upgrade and a half, which is insane as well. So to start a combat, gain stealth for 4 seconds. On kill, gain stealth. She can permanently scale herself up if she keeps getting murders. And that sounds like a lot of fun to me, so we're going to be taking that and making unit go nuts for us. Now, rush abilities we don't care about. Inflicting burn we don't really care about, so we're going to keep rerolling. But now we can upgrade one of our units to S tier. Maybe that might be asking too much. Auto attack 100 times, get a bunch of attack speed, get Omnivamp. If we trigger rush 5 times from any source, the holder gets a 150% crits. None of these guys we do once. I'm going to keep rerolling once again. Now, a crazy absurd amounts of Omnivamp we could also get, or we just get a bunch of attack speed and movement speed. You know, I'm going to take that. I'm going to apply it to Yuna so she can run around like crazy. And I'm going to save the rest of her goals and move on. And where we can choose a banner for our guilds. And the banner we're probably going to choose is going to be associated with the assassin. We could go with any of these, but I mean, we got more assassins than anything else. So essentially with the first one, when Assassin crits, they permanently gain attack and magic. I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun, right? When Assassin kills an enemy, gain 3 money. Our Assassin gains stealth for 3 seconds the first time to go below 33% HP. I mean, it's a tough choice. I kind of want to go with this, right? Just for the invincibility alone. Instead of that permanent scaling damage. We could have definitely went for it, but trust me on it. With Yuna, we want her to survive as long as possible. She's going to get invincibility no matter what. But I'm happy with this lineup because you're going to be teleported in, you're going to jump to the back line. Yuna's not going to be targeted, so they're all going to rush towards here. Ratna should be safe in the backgrounds to kind of take out the other units. And Yuna's going to have invincibility for such a long time, but when she drops below 75%, then 60%, then 25%, and then every unit she's going to take out, she's going to get invincibility while scaling up our crits, which is at 282%. And I should mention that when you scale crit above 100%, it also increases crit damage. So scaling up crit chance is incredibly strong for us. So I don't really want any of these units, none of these items, so I'm going to keep re-rolling. We could take this. We don't trigger much rushes, so I don't really want to. We can crit 10 times, get 10. We could just take this for Yuna and start getting rid of these items. I think so, right? And then re-roll again. Just massive crit after 20 seconds, gain stealth for 4 seconds. I mean, I do like that. Take that, just scaling up that crit as much as possible. I mean, we could keep this for rip. We roll again. We could take this guy who is going to be about being an assassin as well, which per rush, assassins to vanguards gain omnivamp and crit per shard generated this game. I'm going to take him. I'm going to place him in the background.
I'll join your little guild.
Sounds pretty good to me. Inflict poison. After stall, gain shards. Get 100 HP in defense. But I'm still going to reroll. Rush, gain basic stats. I'm going to warrior crits, reduce enemies defense. There is going to be an awesome warrior build. On cast, gain mana regen and 5 HP per second. We also got Nicholas, but let's reroll once more, and rerolls are starting to add up. You know what, let's reroll once more, and we could upgrade you. That's also Logan, who is also scaling up permanently as well, but it's a little bit late for this guy, right? On crit, permanently gain attack, for rush, gain 100% crit chance. I mean, this is kind of nuts. Unless you could make Logan a freaking assassin, right? Scaling up all the crits, getting invincibility. He naturally will get omnivamp and crit as well. I mean, permanently scaling attack as well as on kill permanently scale as well. I mean, I might even sell you to take Logan. Now, he will be targeted quite a bit. Like, genuinely be targeted insane amounts. This is also phenomenal as well. I kind of want to take that. Yeah, let's move on. Strange fruits. This is where we're going to get a disadvantage. Your guild wanders into a large group of colorful alien fruits. Upon closer inspection, the fruits are warm to the touch and radiate large amounts of magical energy. We choose 1 to 3 relics, each is paired with a strange fruit that reduces stats for all heroes. We become stunned, but we'll get a relic that increases stats for all heroes, or stunned for 2 combat, and get a 500 max life increased on everybody. I mean, that is massive, right? But it is kind of scary. It's a will lead into act boss, and we don't have any extra life. I think we chance it. We gotta chance it. The 500 HP is gonna be nuts, right? Do we get it immediately? Hell no. Now, Logan will be smashed because these guys will get invincibility. So, we'll see if we're going to be able to survive this. Once our assassins go down below a certain amount of HP, never mind, Yuna is murder face and everything. And Ratna is in the background, also doing the same thing. Your team's kind of fun, right? Let's say fun, she scaled up a lot of crit, and so has Yuna. 240% crit. Yeah, that's kind of nuts. I did say I want to take this, and I want to apply it to... We have 101 gold. Hero's crit equals the number of shards in the bank. I mean, could be kind of nice. Rip us back again. And we can get a bunch of max life. Or we could just take Grace and have her in the background. Give us a heal after 15 seconds and 30 seconds. Now imagine if stealth worked. That way, if we heal our characters back above the HP and then drop again, that'd be kind of broken, right? But to keep getting invincibility. I'm not sure if I do want to take her. I think I'm just going to still reroll. That's an A as well when the Mystic Shield's hero. And hero applies shields 50% more. Kind of nice as well. Cast 15 times, gain up magic and mana. Have you still cast 15 times? You definitely have not. But once you do, it should be able to get a crazy absurd amount. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting another one, right? But I'm going to reroll for now. That is going to be mage. 25% magic. I mean, you're already mage, right? But just taking this alone, that's just an absurd amount of magic. I'm going to take that with this relic as well. And we're going to move this over here and just apply this in as well. So basically, you've shot up to 555 magic damage. And this is also scale up 40% crit, which is kind of nice as well. And with a mage, auto attacks they deal bonus damage equal to 100% of their magic. Well, I'm just going to take that alone, right? That's just going to turn her into insane. And we can also give mage for Yuna, who doesn't really have too much. Maybe we'll just keep this on Ratna. She's going to deal massive damage. I'm going to reroll once more. I honestly haven't been paying too much attention to the units as much. We probably should have been doing that. And yeah, there's not much else I do want. We could take this, start a combat loop 25. Wait, can we apply this to unit to get invincibility on top of the invincibility? Can it scale up twice? Otherwise, we just apply it to Logan to give him a crap ton of Omnivamp. I think I'm going to take it and I might play it to Logan, right? Because she's already going to get stealth at the start of combat, so I'm not sure if that's how it works. Let's move on to the campfire. This is right before the boss. Then we can rank up this guy. We can retrieve a hero, gain 10% stats. But let's rank up Dragomir here.
I've secured our
See if we can get a backup ability. Which we don't really get. Vanguards, not great for his rush abilities, last 3 seconds longer. We're probably just going to take that, right? Yeah, let's just take that. Now we're still going to be stunned, which is a bit of a problem. And this dragon, he is going to be attacking AoE. So we definitely want Ratna away as far as possible. So I think we're probably just going to line up with this, right? Hopefully Ratna can do massive damage. We'll see. We can't exactly see the HP because this is in the way. But we are surviving for a long time. That's good news. We'll see the HP. I'm moving up slightly in a worse spot. Yeah, we're going to murder face this dragon. No problems at all. And pretty much that's it. We do win. This our team. It was amazing. However, we can still go into endless mode. Ratna dealing crazy amounts of damage, and so is Yuna, but the rest of our units are there just to take damage. We get one final auction house. We get one final auction house before we move into endless mode, and that is going to upgrade Yuri to S rank. So after Stall, she just taunts all enemies. On Rush Trigger, assassins gain 50% crit, attack, and magic, or on crit permanently gain attack and magic. I'm not sure if that's going to be that great for us. On Rush Trigger, assassins gain crit, attack, and magic. Sounds kind of amazing though. The taunt could be kind of nice, making sure that the rest of the units just stay alive. She should have a lot of defenses by now. We can also just make her scale up a lot. Maybe we will take this. Yeah, I'm going to take it and I'm going to power up the rest of her units. Now, deal damage without attacks. Not sure if that's the one for us. After Stall, give heroes lasting shields. More it is. Start of combat, set the highest to attack and magic. Rush, heroes gain 140% basic stats, which means we can get this, right? It was only for a second. So I'm going to reroll for now. Apply 30,000 shields. And Rush Trigger, give heroes 50% crit. I mean, we actually do have Nimble Boots, which will give us that Rush Trigger. I'm still going to reroll though. And that is Ratna upgrade I do want to take. Yeah, let's take it. Making her S rank. And we can also get this, right? Assassins gain 1% crit per shard. Where she's alone in the back, she gains 25% magic and 50% crit. I mean, I gotta take this, right? That's just gonna be massive. Making a Ratna explode enemy. Sounds insanely powerful. 22 goals. We won't be able to reroll and buy anything else. We could just buy this. We won't be able to increase our shields. It's not going to be that great for it. I mean, I might reroll still, because we can always sell this guy, right? Now, this unit gains attack speed for duelists. Inflicts frost. Permanently scales up per cast as well. And we do actually get the Assassin's Clip at 18 gold. Turning Logan into an assassin sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah, all we need to do is sell this as well. Then we take it and apply this in. Although, actually applying this to like Yuna or Ratna just gives him an insane amount of crits. But do we want to give Logan an assassin ability? I think so. We could also grab this as well, which will execute lower health enemies. And also give a lot of crit. I mean, we could sell this guy. He's not really going to be doing too much for us anyway. And then we sell another kind of garbage item. We can have Logan scale up, or we can have Ratna scale up, or we can have Yuna scale up. But since you're S tier, we probably do want to grab this for you. I'm probably going to sell this. Let's take it. Apply this in here. And then we have 280% crit. I wonder how much crit chance we can apply here. 422. That is kind of nuts. But let's move on. We're going to have no more shops. It's just endless mode now. We get a few options until we get Murder Face. I'm going to put Yuna over here. I'm going to put Yuna in the corner. We're probably going to run with this. These guys are going to be backline. Inflicting frost and everything else. But we get our monies. Yuna's going to pop off. And yeah, our team is looking kind of crazy. We got these combats. Just keep rotating in until we lose. And see how far we can actually get down. Essentially, we just move on super quick. And it shouldn't be too bad, right? Yeah, we have our units to scale up permanently. Just per kill. But Ratna's doing the vast majority of it. But she's just kind of cracked. She just attacks the lowest health unit. We got 3 big beefy units, which could be a problem for us in the future. Because we want to take out lower... Look at freaking story. It's been a long time since we've seen her that massive, eh? She went massive. Now we do got a choice, right? We can go for an S rank hero, we can go for a relic, or we can go for a hero's defense permanently scale up. We can make Zori even more tanky. But I want to go for an S rank hero. Now the choice is going to be mage, assassin, or tank. How about we go for assassin? Dragomir's back again, but kind of better.
I accept your offer.
So now we get the rush ability once again, which we did kind of sell. Start combat if the hero's in the back row, gain 100% crit and still for 5 seconds. And the same ability twice, which is kind of madness. Didn't expect that to happen. But I mean, we should be able to shoot up crits from the get-go. So Ratna, we'll see it goes to 1,000, 1,500. Holy moly, Ratna has an insane amount. That rush ability is absurd. But yeah, we should be in a pretty good spot to go pretty darn deep with our team. We keep going down. Yuna's kind of cracked. Also going and scaling up 500 crit. Now imagine if we stacked all the crit items on her as well. Now these guys are going to have a huge amount of HP, which could be a bit of never mind. We murder face one of them instantly. And then we just need Ratna to cast again. We need Yuna to cast again. And then Zuri's massive once again. It's kind of insane. I really wish we got more of these items. Now we can choose a rare relic, S rank hero, or retrain a hero. I'm going to go for another S rank hero. And we can go for mage, tank, or another assassin. There is another assassin. Let's click it. We got Hu Young, who we've seen before. We will gain the mystic ability given mana regen. But we have to have this guy in to get the ability that we can use in the backup. Which is not great. Rush abilities last 3 seconds longer. Start of combat if the hero is in the front row to gain a bunch of defense. Which that guy never wants to be in the front line, but if you give him stealth, then it doesn't matter to him. But units are just kind of smashing out. Look at Ratna's damage, 201k ability damage. It's kind of nuts. I'm still just going to keep clicking going. And it's not looking too bad. I wonder how far we can actually get though. But every few combats, we're going to get another choice. We'll see. Now, actually, how much defense does Zori have? 765. She's going to be an uber tank. And after a few seconds, she goes massive. We can choose an epic item or choose a rare relic. Let's go for an item. We're kind of lacking a few items. So Sniper's Jewel, crits and omnivamps. Wait. We get this to Ratna? Become a duelist. I'm taking this mage's clip. So we apply this in, and now Ratna has over 1,300 ability power. The only thing is she doesn't have as much starting mana. Only 12 starting mana. We apply this to Zori so she can apply her stun pretty much immediately. But Ratna should be able to explode backline units in a heartbeat. 2k magic damage. And she scale up 500 crit from it. And so is unit 720. I mean, Ratna should just be able to explode everything in the back. But each unit on the enemy team is going to get tougher and tougher with HP and damage and pretty much everything else. When we have stealth, and we have an explosive unit like Ratna and unit together, it's going to be a lot more difficult for our unit. Wait, hold on a second. This could be the end of us. Just like that. Come on, Zuri, Yuna, gotta work together, and Ratna just explodes. We got so much money, right? Did we take the relic that gives us crits per shard? I'm not sure if we did. Now we can choose another epic item or we can give a bunch of crits. I'm gonna go for another epic item. For Frosted Gauntlets, we could give Warrior 25% attack to Logan. I mean, it sounds pretty good. The other options, we can inflict a bit of frost, get a bit of omnivamping crits, but let's take you and apply this to Logan. Who has skill up not too much, but has skill up a lot of crit damage. But now he's going to have 817 physical damage. Is going to be enough though? Maybe. The units are taking massive damage, but with the stealth, they can guarantee that they live, heal back to full, and just murder face from there. So I did put on auto speed. We'll see the combat is, you know, a lot more smoother. But with our stealth, we can see a little bit more of what's happening. And we probably should have been playing on that the entire time. But I do like the speed. Sped up. Now these units are going to have 157,000 HP. Dealing 267 damage, loads of defense, and a bunch of attack speed. So we'll see, unit does a lot of damage, so does Ratna. With one cast, Ratna did 220,000 damage. But she becomes invincible, you lose Logan, and Zuru becomes massive once again. So Ratna to a rescue once again. And we're down to rank 16, right? Rare relic, epic relic, random epic relic versus a choice. I'm going to take the random epic relic. And for rush, assassins gain stealth and 200% crit. We couldn't have got a better relic, and that was random at the same time. So now, you're going to shoot up to 3k crit chance, dealing insane damage. With the start of stealth, it's going to be crazy good for Yuna as well as everyone else. As long as you don't get one shot, you get the stealths, and this could be the end of us. Come on, Yuna, you got this. Every time you get murdered, you get stealth. You just end up losing out. So we got the depth 17, ranking us at 81 on the board. But we definitely had a super fun team, right? With a crit, stacking, assassin team, a Ratna to explode enemies like crazy with an absurd amount of stats. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here. This was our team. It turned out to be a lot of fun. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this. We could definitely do an absurd amount more builds. Or maybe do a series where I move up through the ranks. So we did C today, maybe we'll do B tomorrow, maybe we'll do A the next day. But make sure to leave a like, comment, or even subscribing, and let me know what you think of the game as well. But, hope to see you look up for the next one. I'll see you next time.